we're here with Noah Ferguson. Right?
Yep.
Here at BFE, he is the head mechanic, and he built this, the Lucky Shaker. So Noah, why don't you walk us around and tell us about your bike?
Well, this one is a 73 TX 650. This one, when we first got it, it started as, it was fairly stock. It had stock color, stock tank, everything. Side covers were there, but it had a big old, I bet it was a good 6.7 over front end on it, and it was just stuck solid. Yeah. Engine was shot, it blew smoke. It was the craziest thing to see going down the road. Both sprockets, front and rear, were stripped completely. I mean, you'd get on it and the whole thing would just clack, 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 and blow huge clouds of smoke.
It was clapped out.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Oh yeah. So then, our first rendition, we took it and we made a little. It looked like we have pictures of it in there, but it was hard to explain. It was kind of like a little hooligan bike, is what I like to call it, because it was short. Everything was short on it. Had a little fairing on it. Handlebars were right there. It'd been great to throw around on a flat track.
Okay.
So we looked at it, and we had so much money into this bike already at this point, because we torn the motor completely down, rebuilt the whole thing, painted it up, polished everything out, made it a good platform to build off of anyway. And then we had that rendition of it, and we realized, yeah, you know, that doesn't look good. It'd be kind of cool. It's neat to us because we built it, but we wanted to do something neat. And we walked around Davenport, the swap meet there, for a while, and we were looking at diggers. We got into diggers. We really wanted to do something with diggers. So we wanted to build a bike with a stretched front end and bring it out a little bit, maybe put a little rake on it, and decided, you know, that's probably a good idea. Let's try an XS650 first. So we took the frame, the stock frame, that engine, pulled it out, cleaned it all back up, repolished the cases again because it had been sitting for about 2-3 years, and then decided in the beginning we wanted to take it and take the head off and flip it around, and so the carbs were coming forward and exhaust out the back.
I've seen those before.
You know, yeah, we thought that looked really neat, but then we were like, well, that's been done before, so why not just do a big long intake that comes around and sticks forward. We were a little concerned in the beginning. We didn't think it would run because it was a heck of a run to that intake.
Yeah.
But it worked. Actually, it worked fairly well.
Well, I mean, if you ever look at those old Chryslers from the early 60s, they had those long intakes on the inside the cross ram.
Yeah, they come down. That's craziness, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we took the frame and we decided if we were going to do it, we were going to do it all. So we cut the frame up and had our buddy down the road at Midwest Customs help us bend out a few tubes and weld some stuff up. Put a custom hardtail kit on the back, stretch the front, and the whole frame actually arcs and curves, which if anybody's bought a custom tank and tried to modify, they all know that they're straight. Mm-hmm. And that's not a very good fun feat when you gotta try to fit it to a frame like this. So we had to cut the whole bottom of that tank out and reshape it to fit the contour of the frame and bring it down where we wanted it and kind of keep everything in proportion. And we had a set of fenders we were going to put on it, but it just looked neat open, you know, no fenders, just keep it all
stripped down and
simple,
lean and mean.
Mm-hmm. We tried keeping all the wiring hidden as much as possible, and we found a company that was making these billet top clamps, and we didn't want to go with the stock setup because it was kind of ugly. So we decided, hey, let's throw some custom Harley bars on there and find a good, nice billet top clamp and make the front end look a little cleaner. We found a nice bullet headlight, and that headlight, it took us 8-9 different renditions of headlights looking at this just to find the one that looked like it would work and fit.
It had to work with the lines.
Mm-hmm. And then the front end for the front tire, we had the stock one on there at first, which was a 19, and then some guy came in one day and had a whole bunch of parts for I think it was a Vulcan 800, and that 21-inch front tire was part of it, and got that and decided, we held it up there one day and looking at it, we're like, yep, I think that needs to be a, you know, semi-big wheel.
Yeah.
So we threw that on there, and we had to make a custom axle setup for it. It all worked out pretty well. Used the stock brake, and it all fit up actually just the way we wanted it. And then we upgraded the full electronic system. Like I said, we tried hiding all the wires, but we went with the new style instead of the old dual system with the regulator, rectifier, single systems. Mm-hmm. We went with the new, pretty much regulator, rectifier, single unit setup. Okay. Brought it back, and we hid all the wiring in the frame, and everything comes right back to the bag. So the battery, starter solenoid, and all that is hidden right in here.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the tail lights are right in the frame in the back. tail light,
LEDs.
brake
Yeah.
light, yeah.
Yeah, it's clean and stripped down. I mean, it looks like it doesn't have any lights that way.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's kind of our goal. We just didn't want more of a kind of a performance, because that's kind of what Diggers were. You know, they were a street drag bike.
Yeah.
Really and truly. You know, they were set up to go quick. And this kind of says performance, I think, with the carbs pointed forward, 36 mil Makunis on the front, K&N points.
It's got kind of a 70s vibe to
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
A
that's,
little
yeah,
bit.
exactly. Oh, well,
You
that's
know?
our feel here. We're a
Yep.
vintage bike shop. you
Yep,
know?
exactly.
That's what we go for.
All right. Any other cool stories about it, or is that about it?
Well, it's our pride bike.
Yep.
We'll never get out of it what we got in it. But,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's well worth doing. I had fun with it.
And we're going to attach some GoPros to it and take it for a short ride, but
Heck
she's
yeah.
she's been a bit finicky lately, so
Oh,
we
yes.
can't take it for too long.
You bet.
Yeah.
Still in
But
the
that-
tuning phase.
Yep, that's with all custom bikes. You end up going back and fixing things once or twice.
You're never done.
No, you're never done. No, the very first episode we did 2 days of shooting because the car broke down on the first day.
Oh, I believe that. Oh yeah.
So,
I believe
so people who have watched episodes are no strangers to that already.
that. Yeah.
So, all right, we will slap our GoPros on some stuff and take them for a ride then.
All right. All right. All right.
many ways of covering ground. You can be conventional and use 4 wheels.
Or you could ride this.
Or you can relive palmier days, like this.
Or you could ride this.
On the other hand, you may prefer the simplicity of 2 wheels. Of course, you put more in than you get out.
Or you could ride this. Are you getting the hint yet?
You'll have a lot of fun riding a Honda. You meet the nicest people on a Honda.
You meet the nicest people on a Honda. You meet the nicest people on a Honda.
Oh, are you ready? Well, even if you're left holding the bag, you must admit, you meet the nicest people on a Honda.
But sometimes the Honda can be a bit of a bitch.
All right, we're here at BFE Motorcycles in Luther, Iowa. Most people don't know where that is, but I'll show you on a map later. And we're with Ron, the owner at BFE, and he built a couple bikes he wanted us to showcase, and this is the first one right here. So Ron, why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
Well, we do 2 or 3 bikes per year just for marketing, and we had a couple CT70s stock that were laying around we didn't know quite what to do with. So we came up with a concept of making the bitch bike. Now, this concept all came to mind because we wanted something that was easy to ride for most people. We wanted something that would stand out, and we wanted something that was pretty reliable. So we created the bitch because it has the same number of letters as the Honda emblem. It is pink and white naturally to stand out, and we did several different things that kind of make it easier to use. We put in a bigger motor, a 125 aftermarket, semi-automatic 3-speed, has electric start, and it has reverse. So we wanted reverse because we decided to build a sidecar for the bike, which does not come stock. There's actually none of them on the market that have a sidecar. You have to custom build them. So we had the tube for the sidecar bent at a local shop, and then we figured out how to attach it to the bike to make it work. We used the same wheel as the stock CT70 because, again, we had extra parts laying around, so it was convenient, same size. We made it so that you could fit a pet carrier or a cooler or whatever you wanted to haul around with you on the sidecar. So about that size, we came up with a rough dimension. We basically had Noah, our mechanic, sit down next to it and said, okay, we need it about that wide. So of course we did a lot of aftermarket parts with it. Not only the motor, but we did custom shocks. We did new taillight, new fenders, new seat. All the components up underneath are new. We did, again, the custom logos. We did the cool, these are the same size as a CT70 badge that would normally go on a stock version, but of course we had to modify it to make it ours. Everything was stripped down, powder coated. I picked out the paint colors. The first time that I told Noah we were going to do a pink and white bike, he kind of looked at me and rolled his eyes, but both of us think it turned out really well. It gets a lot of attention. We did put in new handlebars, new controls, new cables all throughout. We redid the front suspension, new headlight and speedometer assembly, new tires, new tubes. And the bike is just fun to ride.
Yeah.
It's a blast. So we took it to the Davenport swap meet, which is one of the largest in the Midwest, and Noah and I ran around in the bitch bike. We got called a few names, but that's okay. We were still cool. So that basically sums up the bike.
Yeah. I actually started riding on something like this. I had a gold 70.
Yep.
Wow.
We have a lot of customers that come in and say, man, that's the first bike that I had. We sell a lot of stock CT70s.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're cool. They are cool. All right. Well, we'll be putting our GoPros on it in a minute and give you guys kind of a first-person view of what it's like to ride the bitch. Thanks to Ron, Noah, and the rest of the crew at BFE for being part of the show. Normally, a business as well established as theirs might not make it on my little web series. But they're doing more than just building a single business. Ron and his people are trying to build a town. You might have noticed, Luther isn't a very big place. Ron not only runs the bike shop, but he's a partner in the only restaurant in that small town. So if you ever find yourself driving north of Des Moines, Iowa, on Highway 17 and feel a bit hungry, check out their little restaurant. It's called What You Smokin' Barbecue. And if you're looking for some vintage motorcycle goodness, or need a bike restored or custom built, BFE Motorcycles is a place to go. Their website and Facebook are attached in the description below. Thanks for stopping by and watching the episode. Remember everybody, kick butt, take names, and kill with kindness.